drugs can make you feel good.
Symbiosis.
Is it symbiosis or symbiosis?
Simba. Symbiosis.
Symbiosis.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle.
This is where we see two actors from an original Star Trek film.
Really?
Guest stars. Yeah.
Oh, didn't know that. Who?
So you had is it Tejon?
The drug dealers or the drug addicts?
The addicts.
The leader of the two addicts.
They're the Onarans, yeah. The leader. He played Kirk's son.
Right, okay.
In Star Trek 2 and 3.
I'm sorry, sir. Just don't surrender. Genesis doesn't work. I can't believe they'd kill us for it.
Yeah, nice.
And then you had the Brekkian, the leader, the ones selling the drugs. He was Khan's number one in the film.
Sir, our shields are dropping. Raise them! I can't!
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back.
Yeah. So I'm guessing they did that on purpose. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the guy who played John, I think he died a year later after making this episode. He died of AIDS. I thought he was quite a good actor. So yeah, first of all, the Enterprise is
flying towards the sun.
Yeah, which is always a great idea.
I really like their blackout, the big black circle that goes over the sun.
And it's okay now.
I thought that was brilliant.
Also there to investigate some weird magnetic field. Apparently it's unique. And then it interferes with the equipment. And then Wesley's on one of the science stations back.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, wow! And he's like, looks to someone to his left and goes, look! Like, yeah, I can see.
Captain, deflectors are being hit by huge bursts of X-rays. Wow. Look. Captain, my console seems to be overloading.
The X-ray burst is disrupting systems, Captain.
It's very bright. So yeah. So during that, they get a distress call and they're pulled away. They're always getting pulled away what they're meant to be doing. It's either surely or some kind of scientific thing. To John is calling, played by Merrick Buttrick. His ship's entering his planet's atmosphere.
It's quite fun. It's been a long time since I've seen this episode. And
do you remember it?
I remember I had seen it, but I didn't remember
how it turned out.
What was going on. So it was quite fun watching the conversation between Picard and Tejon on the ship over the
intercom.
Yeah. And I was like, what is up with this guy?
Captain, we're beaming over to replacement coil.
That's great. And that'll fix us up.
Yes, once it's installed.
Right. And how do we do that?
And I was saying to my wife, he sounds like he's high.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, later on in the episode, when you do find out actually he is high, it's like, oh, right, okay, fair enough.
So you were right.
Yeah.
So they can't even fix their own ships.
Yeah.
So he's like,
I don't know, man.
Yeah. And how do we do that?
Yeah. I'm not sure. Let me ask someone. Hey, John.
Yeah.
How do we make the ship go?
Yeah, so the tractor beam again has failed us again because the tractor beam don't work.
Oh, yeah.
And then they have to beam the crew over. They beam the cargo.
They seem awfully calm, like on the Enterprise.
Yeah.
Considering that it's mentioned on the bridge that they've got a few minutes left before the ship blows up.
Yeah.
And the next few minutes of the show, no one's like in any particular rush.
You never see anyone running around, do you? When it's an emergency.
Picard just carries on talking to them over the intercom. Right, so we're going to beam some of you over. Still got 2 minutes, 50 seconds until you're all dead.
Yeah. Exactly. And then Tasha Yar's on the transport pad again. I feel like she was put on pressure before with on the transporter, wasn't she?
I don't get why she went there. She's meant to be chief of security. Why are you going to a transporter? Okay, I can understand why she's going there to make sure it's secure. You know, if you're beaming over people, you don't know who they are. They can be armed or whatever. But transporter skill isn't her thing, is it?
No,
she's security. So where's the staff?
She did that in Heart of Glory as well on the Klingons, that she'd get them out quickly. Do an emergency beam out.
Maybe so they didn't have to pay another.
Yeah, well, Cole Meany wasn't
around yet. Yeah. When's he joined?
He was around. He was in the first episode.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, he was part of the battle bridge, and he was sitting.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I remember now.
But he was wearing red, and he was just called Khan. He wasn't actually given a name. He hasn't got the name O'Brien yet.
So Tasha tries to beam them over.
Yeah.
And can only get a lock on 4 of them because the solar flare is messing up with all the ship systems.
They said they could have saved them all though, but they beamed their cargo over because that's worth more.
Yes.
That's more valuable. The 4 of them beam over, and there's a dispute over this cargo.
Who owns the cargo?
Thank you. We thought we had lost it.
Careful with your choice of words, Sejan. It's ours, not yours.
We paid a fair price for it.
You offered a fair price. We have not received it.
You accepted our goods in trade.
Then where are they? Tell me.
That's not our problem.
No more than the barrel is your property. It's as simple as this. The goods were never delivered. They were destroyed with your ship.
Hence the deal was incomplete. Hence possession of the Felicium remains ours.
We need it.
Norium said we'd pay for it. They said Breckians don't recognise that payment because the ship's been destroyed. So it's Felicium. It's supposed to be medicine.
They call it medicine.
They call it medicine. But we do learn that it is a drug.
Yes.
Yeah. But we don't learn that yet. I don't think we know that yet as an audience. Did you know that early on? Because obviously you couldn't recall the episode. Do you think, this is a drug or is it medicine?
No, once they beamed over, I remembered it all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You recognised them.
Yeah.
So the Breckians eventually allow them to have 2 doses for free. And we find out that that's like their only industry, is this developing this drug. Which is why the episode is called Symbiosis, because they produce a drug to help the Onarans to survive, which comes from this flower that's only on Brekka. And we find out that Brekka wasn't technically advanced 200 years ago.
Yeah, so they've been taking all the technology from the other guys who they're basically enslaving with the drug.
Yeah.
As payments.
I think the planet calls up and says, when will you get the medicine? When will you get the medicine?
Oh, yeah. They're all a bit distressed, aren't they?
Yeah, so and that's when John grabs Riker, and Riker's got it.
Oh, yeah.
And he's being electrocuted.
With the glowing yellow
Yeah, so that's another time Riker's had a bad time. He's standing next to the wrong person.
You will take us to our planet and leave us there with our medicine, or this person dies. Don't you see I have no choice? We were sent to bring the Felicium back. The suffering on my planet is too great. People are dying. It doesn't matter whether we're entitled to it or not. We must have it.
Let him go.
You will take us there now. Or give us a shuttle. But we must have the medicine. If you refuse, this person will die.
I will not be coerced.
I will do it. I will kill him.
No. No, you won't. You're not a killer.
Picard takes a bit of a risk, though, doesn't he? He's like, he doesn't believe that he would kill him. And he doesn't. But that's where he goes to speak to the Breckians with Crusher. And that's when he's pieced the puzzle together.
Yeah.
And realises that
they knew all along.
They knew along. They were addicted. They knew it was addictive, but they broke that addiction of the because the disease started with them.
Yeah, it's interesting because later on, Crusher's just outraged at it all
Yeah.
Obviously, rightly so.
Yeah.
Saying, you're exploiting these people. It's terrible what you're doing. It just makes you think about, real life, doesn't it?
Where people are taking advantage.
Yeah. And you've got people in power who are not addicted to the drug, but they're selling drugs and they're basically exploiting people.
Yeah, and she calls it out. She says this isn't symbiotic, this is more exploitation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She gets very annoyed and upset with it. Especially because they refined the drug more to make it more potent.
Yeah.
To tighten the grip.
Yeah.
They used the Felicium to cure themselves, but somehow their ancestors realized that it was a narcotic.
They broke the cycle of addiction and never told the Onarans. They let them continue to believe that without the Felicium, they would die.
My guess is that this refining process of which you are so proud
is only to increase the potency of the Felicium and tighten your grip.
Are you going to tell them?
No. I'm bound by the rules of the United Federation of Planets, which order me not to interfere with other worlds, other cultures.
If you can't interfere, then you are going to allow the Onarans to have the Felicium.
Yes, I am.
No, don't do it. Jean-Luc, this is not a symbiotic relationship. This is exploitation, pure and simple.
Yeah, then Picard says that he can't interfere.
Yeah, that's true. They've mentioned the Prime Directive often, but I feel like this is the biggest focus on Prime Directive out of all the episodes so far. Suffering is happening, and Picard can't really do anything about it.
Mm-hmm. I like what he says, that it's more of a philosophy than a command, the Prime Directive is. I remember it's either in one of the films or another episode where Picard says to somebody, the Federation doesn't want captains who'll just blindly follow orders.
Captain, I wish to submit myself for disciplinary action. I have disobeyed a direct order from a superior officer. Although the result of my actions proved positive, the ends cannot justify the means.
No, they can't. However, the claim I was only following orders has been used to justify too many tragedies in our history. Starfleet doesn't want officers who will blindly follow orders without analyzing the situation. Your actions were appropriate for the circumstances. And I have noted that in your record.
Wants people who are actually going to think for themselves and think what is actually best for the situation. I'm thinking, so what are you going to do, Picard? You're allowing them to give the drugs, and
because they change they eventually offer it for free, don't they? The whole amount, and we can sort out payment later.
Yeah, and we're kind of as viewers, we're on the side of Crusher.
Yeah,
you can't do that. It's that's not helping them at all. But then Picard twists it at the end and says, actually, I'm not going to help you with your ships either. So you got to sort yourselves out.
Yeah, because they need the coils, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
And they retracted the offer, and the Onarans are quite upset. Well, they're both upset, Onarans and the Brekkians.
Yes, yeah.
The main guy, the Brekkians, is like, oh, well, isn't that like you're interfering?
And Captain, we appreciate your gift of the coils.
Once our freighters are fixed, everything will be back to normal.
No.
No.
The coils stay here.
What about our freighters?
If you want to repair them, you'll have to learn to do it yourselves.
We can't.
If you don't help us, our ships will soon be inoperable.
Quite possibly.
If you withhold those coils, you'll be disrupting the stability of both our planets.
And interfering with a trade agreement that has lasted for generations. What of your Prime Directive?
In this situation, the Prime Directive prohibits me from helping you.
That's absurd.
You did not think so when it worked in your favor.
So I like the wisdom Picard has. He's a good judge of character as well.
Yeah.
Knowing that the guy wouldn't kill Riker.
My question is, if they had the ships in the first place, surely someone knows how to the operation and how to make it work.
That's true.
It's almost like cars. he's saying, "Oh, I've got a car it's broken down. No one knows how to fix it." It was invented or created on this planet. Surely someone knows.
Yeah.
Apparently it's its simplest function.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
That's the only thing that didn't make sense is no one could figure out how to get their ships repaired because the ships aren't alien. They're not stolen from different planets. They were made on their planet. So basically, nothing's changed. The fact that Picard said, "I'm retracting my offer," they haven't actually interfered at all. They just beamed those guys off the ship, and that's the only thing they kind of really done in the episode. They haven't really done anything else.
No.
We just been part of the story of what's going on those two planets. But nothing has changed. The episode was good because I liked the mystery. Because there isn't a lot of action in this episode. It's more like a mystery that trying to solve, get to the bottom of. Because there's obviously a lot of, dishonesty. Key thing, I don't know if you saw this. We might have to watch this at some point. 42 minutes and 12 seconds into the episode, Picard and Crusher exit the cargo bay.
Okay.
Just before the doors behind them close, you see Denise Crosby, who plays Yar, wave.
Oh, missed it. Yeah.
Yeah, wave in the background.
Excellent.
The next episode is Skin of Evil. So Symbiosis was made after.
Right, okay.
That was production order.
That makes sense.
So that was the last episode she actually worked on. Well, as in season 1. Yeah. I wonder if when they put that in, the wave from Yar, if they knew that was there. Because they might have done more than one take on that. But that was good timing.
Yeah.
But no, I thought it was a good episode. I think there's been some good episodes so far. Considering season 1, I thought that
it's picking up a bit now.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, might drop off in season 2 because of the riot strike. But season 1 is more consistent in quality.
Right.
Whereas season 2, it has lots of peaks and lows. It's kind of up and down. So some excellent episodes. Some considered, best ones of the series.
Okay.
And then some considered the worst. So it's got a mixture, season 2.
We look forward to it.
But we're not far from that. So we've got 4 more episodes and we'll be on to that one.
Yes.
So Symbiosis, I thought, it was a good episode. But once you know the mystery, you can't really watch it over and over again.
Yeah, well,
as
you
much.
To leave a long period between seeing it again to enjoy it.
Exactly.
But no, it was a good episode.
Cool. Well, thank you for listening. And we'll see you again in another episode of
Give Me Genesis!